Good morning, Vietnam, and today we're witnessing the first round game in the lower bracket, Zenin against xOmKa. Today it's me commentating, Iftini, and my second commentator is Vika.
Yes. Let's talk a little about drafts. We see a prior resonance ban from xOmKa and a ban non-resonance from Zenin. So I think it's very unusually banned.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of non-resonance cards decks even in the preliminary round, so yeah, you're right about this as being unusual.
Maybe Zenin prepared for the game, looked at the opponent's past games. So we see that xOmKa banned Bennett and Zenin pick Ita. So
Yeah, but then xOmKa banned Noel, so no bean for Zenin, I guess. And xOmKa picked Mona, maybe trying to do some Pyro Resonance deck. Or maybe some freeze decks. Let's see.
yes, so it's Ita, Barbara, and Lavachuro at Zenin, and Mona, Genyu, and Sinshu at xOmKa. Can you say something of decks?
Well, sure, I guess. If xOmKa doesn't run any Amos Ball in his deck, this might be winnable for him because you don't have to worry that much about dice you have every round. So only, I don't know, 5 dice for charged attack with Ganyu, then maybe swap with changing shifts to Mona to freeze or early Sincho's burst, and it's Hydro Resonance. I have to mention it because Hydro Resonance decks are very, unkillable. Even if xOmKa doesn't run any healing cards, for example, the Cathedral or the Wanshu Inn, or not any pizza, just lotuses, for example, it's gonna be a hard match, I think. And on the Zenin side, we have Geo Resonance, well, no Noel, unfortunately, but Barbara also can heal a lot, so I don't know. Looks kind of like a stall against stall, but with variations. Let's just not talk about it too much. Let's just go straight to the games and see what they come up to. And let's see who's gonna start first, because I think it's kind of important here, because when you're using Ito with Barbara especially, so no fast burst, you might want to start with Ito.
So xOmKa starts first, and Zenin started with Ito, and we see Melite in him hand.
So xOmKa is really going for the early Sincho's burst. Well, I think that's not as surprising.
Yes, but he used only normal attack.
Then Shukaku goes in. And Ito already has 2 stacks on his passive. And a And a round
Yes,
1
and
Sincho's burst. That's very interesting.
Pizza card and Lotus, not bad. And good dices.
Well,
So
kind of good, I guess. Well,
yes.
well, Tenshukaku always helps with shitty dice, so. And Zenin has little payment card, so I think he's gonna be fine. He's going for the early Ito burst, I guess. And now it's gonna be Hold Ganius. Nope, it's just E-skill.
No.
Maybe for shield.
Yes, and he switched to Lava Churu to avoid much damage maybe. And we have geo damage from Lava Churu.
And here goes the Hydro Resonance. I think Zenin wants to, I don't know, do some fast kill with Lava Churl and then sacrifice him for maybe a Nitto card on Barbara to extra heal his characters. The dice. And the Tenshukaku doesn't proc even.
And Zenin haven't Quick Slap
Yeah.
in hand.
That's really unfortunate.
But there are two dices. So what is at Mona? And ultimate from Ito.
Well, Mona's dead anyway.
No, there are cube dice.
Well, okay, Sincho's dead anyway. Mona lives. No, he chose to... I see, so Zenin doesn't have fast swap, so he chose to not freeze Ito, but instead freeze Lava Churl, since xOmKa is going first next round.
Elementary skill from Sincho and Lava Churl with physical damage.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
And E from Ganyu.
Well, now Ganyu has two shields from her own skill and Sincho's skill, so he might live for a little longer. But Ito starts spamming his normal attacks. It's very dangerous.
So it's funny that Barbara didn't even come in game.
Well, and here we have a fast swap. That's nice for Zenin. I don't think Barbara is really that useful here because, well, you always have Hydro on you anyway, so you can't remove Hydro with Hydro, and since xOmKa still has Sincho's burst available, it's not gonna be that useful. Ito card.
So it's a second ultimate from Ita. And he can do 3 normal attack.
Yep.
And Ganyu dead.
Well, she sure is dead. That's a fast game. Hydro Resonance against Geo Resonance, and only, what was it, 4-5 rounds? That's a really fast one.
Yes. So I think that that xOmKa choose the wrong deck,
Why is that?
and maybe he lost drafts.
Well, did Zenin ban xOmKa? No, he didn't. So maybe it was the xOmKa picked Mono and banned Noel, then Zenin picked Barbara and banned Klee, so Zenin thought it's gonna be Pyro Resonance, classic Mono Klee deck. And after that, I think xOmKa really wanted to go Ganyu plus xOmKa maybe. I'm not sure if it was helpful for him because I don't know, was it? If he would have xOmKa.
xOmKa gave Ito, and this is a mistake, I think, because so when you didn't ban Ito, your opponent pick Ito.
Well, that's facts. So let's move on to our second game. As we can see, Zenin banned no resonance decks again, so maybe he's really afraid of those because, well, what do we have there? Anematizer, some bloom decks. They are kinda scary, not gonna lie. And xOmKa banned Geo-Resonance, well, after his not that successful game, he decided to choose Geo-Resonance, so no Ito, no Noel, and no all that shit. Zenin...
Yes, and
Yep.
Zenin banned Nahida, so it's very unpleasant character with you when you play against her, many damage, and xOmKa banned Ito because Ito can play with many decks without Geo-Resonance.
Yeah, well, true, I kinda forgot about that. Ito is really good in Hydro Resonance, I think, and I know some playing Ito in Pyro Resonance, well, me myself. So it was a really good ban to discard Ito from Zenin's pool. xOmKa decided to go Bennett. Well, Bennett is a great support in the actual game and in the TCG, so... And he's scaring the opponent with maybe Pyro Resonance, with Mona or some shit. And the next ban was Zenin banning Kichin. Shit. Kichin. So, yeah, Kichin is really good with Bennett. So, it was kind of understandable.
But I think it's strange one. Because Bennett usually play with Pyro Agent, I think.
Well, yeah, but then xOmKa actually picked the Fatui Pyro Agent, and he went with Electro Hypostasis. That's an interesting deck on the tournament. I barely see any hypostasis decks in the normal matches, so it would be nice to see one in the tournament even. And
yes, with a Bennett talent, Electro hypostasis can give many damage.
well,
and it's a pyro resonance. It's 8 damage for one characters.
well, yeah, true. And Zenin picked xOmKa, but after xOmKa's Chonyun ban, he chose to go with Raiden Shogun plus Ayaka. Well, not gonna lie, it's kind of a common deck, just a variation of xOmKa Shogun Superconduct. So let's just move to the game and see how it went. So, that's a really nice one starting hand, especially if Zenin wants to rush Raiden's burst, so Lusu is very helpful here. And the first round team is always nice to have.
Yes, and he starts from Ayaka. And in the second round, he can
Okay, I think you lost your thought, right? That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So, well, as I thought, he swapped to Raiden Shogun to get some energy for her, and then maybe he'll use her E skill to put the totem. Yes, and there it is. And also, Zenin has one Omni die left, so he can put that in Vanarana and save it for the next round.
Yes, I want to say that Ayaka can accumulate ultimate to second round.
Well, true. Dice are kinda bad. Even with Vanarana's help, Zenin still has to discard some cards to get Electro dice for Raiden's burst. And
so when it ultimated without art?
Yeah, maybe it didn't came right. Here comes the burst.
Oh, quick swap to cube. But I think it's too early, maybe.
Well,
when you play two, you maybe want 10 dices for two hold elementary skills.
Well, yes, but I think xOmKa wanted to charge Hypostasis Burst, maybe, because it gives the opponent extra dice to swap, so the swap would cost 2 dice, not 1. So, Zenin... right, Cryo Resonance...
many dices.
Zenin really has... Yeah. Here comes the burst. Cube healed a little bit, maybe to live for a little longer.
And Resonance, Cube dead, but he revived himself. and normal attack. So Cube didn't use hold skill in this game.
Yeah, I think it's kind of unfortunate, really, because, well, the cube with Venom Burst can really do a lot of damage. It's just that xOmKa didn't have a lot of dice to work with. And now the cube's just dead because of Ayaka's burst.
So Ayaka will be with the physical damage from normal attack.
And the Bennett burst ran off of its usage. That's a really hard match for xOmKa, especially because one of his characters is dead already, and he was the only one who could do some reactions. Well, Zenin's characters have some electro on them, but is it really that helpful? Maybe Zenin's trying to sacrifice Raiden Shogun because we know he has an Itto card, but xOmKa doesn't know
yes,
he has
but
it.
There are 3 dices, and Itto cards doesn't help xOmKa.
And he just conceded the match. Okay. I see. So, do you have any thoughts about these matches? Was it even? Was it, well, not even?
So it was a relaxed game for Zenin because him first match was very hard and unluck, I think.
Well, yeah, kinda. Also, he had a really good character card. So the first round he had Itto, then he was able to pick Raiden with Shenhe. It's a deadly combo, I would say. So xOmKa was just, I don't know, unlucky maybe to ramp up with the cube to then come and do 2 5-cost skill. In the first game, I really don't know what just happened. I don't know. Itto is just a beast. You're not allowed to allow anyone pick Itto. It's just illegal, I think. So here was the matches. Zenin against xOmKa. It was the first round of the lower bracket in the Nastenkin Tail tournament season 3. We hope you all enjoyed the games, so you could maybe learn something from them, from the victorious one, from the not that victorious one, and we will see you next time.
Yes, thank you for watching, and goodbye.